Okay, so let's talk about some of the symptoms that you guys might experience. And some of these, most of these, are familiar with me, and most of them should be familiar with you guys as well. So when you try to qualify, right, you ask her, you try to screen, you say, what do you have going for you besides your looks? Or any of those screening, those qualification type questions, and it just doesn't feel right. It feels off. And I taught someone Friday, and he ran it, and it just felt off. And I told him it felt off, didn't it? It just felt weird. It felt like it was out of place. And he's like, yeah, okay. And that's one of the big, big symptoms that tells you you're trying to qualify before you've learned to flirt. Okay, remember, flirting is that foundation. It is a big, big part of those fundamentals, okay? Another thing, it just doesn't feel on. You're talking to her, might even be in like quote-unquote comfort, right? You're talking about like what you do for work or what you wanted to be when you were little. Like, you talk about the correct things, but it doesn't feel on. It just feels like, it just feels platonic. It feels like there's no sexual tension there, okay? Your instincts in that arena are 100% dead on. Now, the thing that I struggle with the longest throughout my development curve is how do I go from having that platonic state, from having that like friend zone, even when I've approached her direct, having that like that vibe that's not on, to the vibe where sometimes you approach a girl and it's on. She just finds you attractive. Now, it happens less often when you're 5'4" and Asian, but it happens sometimes, okay? Sometimes you approach, and it was the right time of the month, and you were the right guy at the right time, and it clicks. Now, how do you go from platonic zone to that thing? How do you consciously move there? How do you jump that gap that we saw there?